This dollar bill has a hole through it, and I've drawn around the hole so that it stands out clearly. Watch, I'll fold the bill in half, just like this. I've also drawn a circle around this side of the bill. Now we need something else. We need to get hold of a lighter, like this. Watch what happens to the hole. You can still see clearly through it. Watch the bill. If I light the lighter, just like that, look, that hole actually vanishes. In fact, I can now peel this off the bill and everything can be fully examined and everything can be kept. Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. My name's Lloyd, and in today's episode I'm going to teach you how to take a bill, place a hole right through it, and even color around the hole so that it stands out pretty visibly. And then somehow, in slow motion, you make the hole visually heal up and have the bill fully examinable, completely restored. So if you want to learn how to do that today, then just keep watching the video. And if you'd like to win a copy of my double disc DVD set called Odyssey with over 20 of my own original creations taught on there, including a handmade gimmick of the very trick that you're going to learn today, then all you need to do is comment something funny down below and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And just a quick personal one, I want to apologise for not doing the live stream like we normally do on Sunday for the Sunday service. I've been feeling pretty run down and under the weather. I think it's just because I've been stupidly getting up at 6 AM every day and doing 15-kilometer runs for literally no reason at all other than to run off excess pizza, and it just took a toll on me. So I apologise for missing the live stream, but you know I'll never let you guys down for the Tutorial Tuesdays, which is where we're at today. I'll be back on Thursday as normal, and of course next Sunday for the live Sunday service. We'll resume the schedule. And just to say that there's huge news going to be dropped in that Sunday service, and to quell expectations, it's not news about decks, although I might give you an update about decks too. That's not the big news for the Sunday service. Alright, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's learn how to do this trick. Okay, so to begin, you're going to need to make a gimmick. And to do that, you need to use 3 $1 bills, or depending on where you're from, 3 of any currency. So potentially this could work with plastic notes, so you'd need 3 £5 notes or 3 £10 notes, anything you want to use. On the bill that's going to have the hole in it, you'll cut a hole out using a punch or a craft knife, and you're going to fold it in half and look at what shows through the other side. So in this case, it shows part of that 12 number and some white space. So then I find a note that has the same area and I cut out a little piece from it. I can then discard this bill and keep hold of the small piece. Now I'll have another bill, and in the exact same spot where there's a hole, I can actually attach that small piece. As you can see, this is a small piece. Now comes the cool part, the illusionary part. I've colored around this hole using a blue friction pen. You can use any color you want. I just had a blue one laying around. And a friction pen is made by Pilot. You can get them from the link in the description down below. And essentially, these are pens that when used with heat, like a flame, the ink will become invisible. And with friction, which is the name of the type of ink, the invisible nature of it locks into place, so it won't go back. So I color around in like a really scraggly way, a circle of the hole, and just before I apply this little small piece on, I do the same thing underneath the hole so that it looks basically identical when folded in half. Okay, just like that. So this one has a piece on it and this one is a hole. All right. So then lastly, all I need to do is keep a lighter in my back pocket, my back left pocket. And you're ready to begin. And I'll tell you something at the end which can make this incredibly powerful, leaving them with an actual impossible object. But I'll cover that later, so stay tuned. This is the gimmick bill. Okay, so there's no hole on this bill. This is the bill with a hole. I fold the gimmicked bill in half, and then I lay the regular bill with a hole in it on top. okay, and try and line them up perfectly. I then unfold this bill, just like so. And it's surprising how well they line up. But what I do is I grip the bill from behind, as you can see there's the folded one, with my thumb, and if there's any overlap sticking out, I let it overlap behind my hand. Okay, so it's hidden behind my hand here, just like that. But all the focus is right up top on this hole. So I say, look, this bill has a hole going through it, and I've colored around the hole so that it's obvious where it is. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this in half, making sure to not expose this. So I fold this over, making sure not to expose it. From the front, just like very simply, very casually fold it in half. And even if it juts to the side, because it's folded, it camouflages itself quite well. Now, the important detail is here, you don't want this hole like this, looking dark or shadowy. You want to press the bills so that the paper is flat, so that there creates no shadow, no gap. Because in a moment, this image is going to be switched for this image, okay? Which, as you can see, looks a lot flatter. So you just want to make sure that there's no gap or shadow. You keep it pressed down. And now I need to switch this bill away. I need to steal this bill away. And to do that, I need to motivate it. So, first of all, I pretend I'm reaching and looking for my lighter as if I can't find it. So I reach and I check my pocket. It's not here. This allows me to place both the bills into my right hand. Okay, so I go here. Now, naturally, if I want to check my other pocket, I need to put the bill or bills into my left hand. So it gives me the good solid reasoning to go from here and take hold of the bills. And you'll notice I'm gripping the bills in a way that they line up beneath my fingers. So they're not here, they're down there, right? So again, you can see the holes. I come with my left hand and I tap my pocket as if to say, oh, not in there. Now I'm going to cover the bills. You see how covered that is, right? With my left hand as I check this pocket. And again, the lighter's not here. And then finally, I'm going to come back. My thumb is going to contact the back bill. And my left hand is going to drag the front bill down as I pinch with my index finger above, right? And what's going to happen is I'm going to steal this bill away, just like that. But you won't be able to see it, even if it sticks out of the bottom, because I have small hands. When I tilt my hand forward, and it's just for a brief moment, I come back very quickly, I can steal that bill away entirely invisibly, even if like literally that is sticking out the bottom and I have small hands, so there's no excuse. The bill is just held like this in my left hand. But because it all happens so quickly, so there's the setup, look, you just will not see anything, especially if you say to your audience, do you have a lighter? And as soon as you ask them the question, they will start looking. People will naturally dart to their pockets and start to look to other people to see if they have a lighter. So you get all that misdirection, which is beautiful. So the timing is like this. I need a lighter. Do you have a lighter? No? Or maybe I have one in my back pocket. And then that's all you do. Steal it off. You come away. And what happens now is that I go to my back pocket. I put that bill straight inside as I bring out the lighter. Okay, it's that easy. So now I bring out the lighter. Now I'm at the home stretch because from here I'm basically clean. There's nothing for them to find. This is such a nice illusion because that crisp edge with those scraggly lines really looks like it's stamped. That hole is punched right through the bill. So now I have the lighter. You can ask a spectator to light the lighter for you. So they hold it out and then you can hold the bill. You can even have a spectator hold on to the bill as long as you don't burn their fingers. This is just a very, very nice, clean, beautiful moment. And what the only thing you need to remember is that 2 points. If you light the flame and the two pieces of paper are separated before you do it, one, the illusion will be killed. The illusion won't work because they'll see that that's not a hole anymore. And two, the heat won't get through the paper. All right. Now, something my friend Jared Manley taught me, and Jared Manley is the was the pyrotechnician on Game of Thrones. He said, if you hold the flame close, it'll burn the bill. But if you hold the flame far away, it'll still get hot enough to evaporate the ink or make the ink go invisible, but it won't leave any scorch marks on the bill, all right? So when you light the flame, make sure you hold it away and it'll still get hot. And all the while, remember to keep the bills, the two halves of the paper touching together, because that heat will transfer then onto this part. So you could have a spectator light it, which would look great. I'm just going to hold it like this and make sure the flame's far away. And I'm going to aim right for where the hole is. And just watch this beautiful moment as what they believe is a hole starts to disintegrate in their reality. So light, watch that hole. Now fade away, just like this. Now they can see that the ink is gone. I now allow this to open up and they can see that there's no hole. Finally, I peel off this piece of paper, just like this. I want to place that in my pocket or keep it somewhere safe. There's nothing to be found. Everything's left clean. And you have this incredible, beautiful illusion. That's a great everyday carry. Or from just having a hole, it looks like there's a hole in the bill. You fold it in half, the hole vanishes, and you hand it back out. And it's an incredible moment of magic, and they'll never, ever forget it. So, one extra tip is you can create this gimmick on the bill where you have the piece on top like this. But what's interesting with some currencies, for example, dollar bills, if I just grab another one, you'll notice that there's certain areas of a dollar bill that have no ink on them, right? They're all white there. So there's nothing showing through because this part of a dollar bill is blank. So what you can do, if you have enough time, is take an electric eraser. So you can get electric erasers that are literally a rubber that's on an electric motor. And you can take a bill, this is an old bill that's worn out, and you can create a perfect circle. You can erase the ink perfectly from the same size circle in the exact same position on the back of the bill. So you can erase it away just like that. Then you can set it up to be just like the gimmick bill with the ink around the erased circle. But then when the effect is finished, this won't be a piece of paper. This will actually be a blank piece of the actual bill that you've erased. So they see the ink visually vanish. They realize it's not a hole. But then this will actually be a blank piece of bill. And you don't peel it off. They can just keep it because you've erased the ink. And it'll look just absolutely insane, and they can keep that, and it's just a real impossible moment. So try that, experiment with it. Certain bills it's easier to erase the ink than others, but I think that's a really, really amazing piece of total astonishment. Really quickly, one final thing is that you don't have to do this switch, and you don't have to use the ink either. So if there's no ink on there and you just have one of these in your wallet, if you want to do a different type of switch, it's entirely up to you, but you can just go straight from this to show the hole. You can fold it over, steal it off under the guise of asking for a pen. You can then have somebody maybe sign the back of the bill so they know it's their bill, which just gives you a good excuse to tap around your pockets. They can still see this circle, and then you can just peel it off. So you don't have to do the visual moment, the slow motion visual. Very quickly, before we tune out of the video, before you decide whether or not you're going to perform this, think about the impact this has on your participants, on your spectators and your audience, because most people haven't seen good magic. They haven't seen a professional magician in their lives up close. Most people have seen the 21 card trick done by their friends or coin vanishes. A piece of magic like this, it is magic to them. It's not like a little trick that somebody would show them at school or a bar. And the thing that's nice about it is that it doesn't feel like a magic trick because it's a hole in a bill. It doesn't start like, hey, pick a card or watch the coin. It doesn't start like a magic trick. So already they're hooked and they don't know where you're going with it. And because you're so far ahead of yourself with the method, that they're left being able to hold the bill or the lighter. The bill's completely clean. You've got nothing to ditch or clean up because it's all finishing in their hands. And the beautiful part is they can even film this and put it on their social media. So they can have a memory that's not just physical and tangible, but they can go back and revisit it and show it to other people too. And this isn't the type of trick which people say, oh, I've seen that one before, or I know how to do that. This is the type of trick that to those people, it becomes legend and they tell people about it for years. So maybe before you think, oh, it's a little bit too much work to set one up or prepare, or it's a bit too much for me, remember that who are you doing this for? Are you doing this for your own self-satisfaction, or are you doing this to create moments and memories, and more importantly, magic, mind the alliteration. And that's what I think about when you consider what's going to go into your EDC, what stuff is going to go into your pocket. It's about what you want to leave them with. So that's it. Like I said, if you guys want to win my double disc set called Odyssey and a pre-made gimmick ready to go, then just make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment something down below, and I'll pick a winner by next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace.